All right. Yo, what's good? It's your boy Kuya with the HA Kickback, aka Hippie Podcast. Today we got a very special guest. We got the homie Tacet.
Yo, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. Let me know if you need me to get closer to the mic. Right here's cool.
Okay, for sure. Hey man, I seen that you just got back from like touring a little bit.
Yeah, so we just started tour. Well, it's kind of like a pre-tour.
Okay.
We're headed back to Arizona for the third time this month, next weekend.
Okay, that's right.
And then after that, we have to announce our annual tour, and then a couple of shows right before that too. So yeah, man, we're always on the road. We're fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah, I noticed that about you. Like you're man, like super active with the shows
Right.
and your drops, like with music.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But I know you're from LA area,
Right.
and like I know you traveled a bunch of different places. But like when you
Yeah.
first started touring, was there anywhere where you're like, dang, this is a culture shock. This is not LA.
Yeah, New York. We were,
Yeah?
like, what the fuck? Everything's fast as fuck over here, and people are mean as fuck. You know. But New York was a crazy one. I first started touring about 2 years ago. We did a run in Dallas, and then from there we went to Arizona, and then we came back home. That was our first ever tour. It was a disaster because we did it ourselves, but we did it ourselves. That's the thing, you know. It was a risk, but we did it ourselves. With that being said, yeah, that was really crazy being in Dallas. I think we had been in Dallas for almost 5 days. I took 10 people from here, and then there was like 3 other people from another place, and then 3 other from another place, and we fit in this big ass mansion. I remember I calculated my amount of sleep. I had only slept for about 8 hours in 4 or 5 days.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, we were like, what the fuck's going on?
Living like a rock star, bro.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. We were playing shows for like 10 people. We did a show in San Antonio. No one showed up, but it was still, I'd say, one of my best shows ever because we were there, you know. We did it. We were all drunk as fuck, but it was cool. But yeah, dude, culture shock. You name it. Now we've been this year we're gonna hit some spots that we haven't gone to yet. We're gonna hit Florida, some more stuff in the Midwest. I know Milwaukee's been kind of yeah, Milwaukee, whatever y'all got over there, they want to fucking hang out. Albuquerque's new. I heard Albuquerque gets lit. We just did Colorado. That was fucking crazy. Up north too, fucking San Francisco. We're all hitting all those spots, but Chicago's cool too. Yeah, man. There's a lot of places that you just, what the fuck is this? It's nothing like back home.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I know you just dropped the album El Cadejo.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But
yeah, of course.
Something I want to ask is because like one of the lines that stuck out to me in that song was like, "You were the king of these beats before the king of these streets." And there's no scene in LA because you took it with you.
Correct.
And then you shout out Dallas.
Dallas maybe more than any other city. Yeah. I'll stand by that too. I don't think there's an existent rap scene in Los Angeles at the moment. I think when I first started performing there was, and then it died out because too much what's the word? Oversaturation. A lot of weird stuff going on too. I don't even want to say like pedo stuff, like there was just too many crazy things going on, and I consider myself, if not the only person that started here and started pushing it out there, obviously courtesy of my brother Ren, helping me get established in Dallas. What I get out there a lot is that people are like, "Oh, what part of Dallas are you from?" Like,
yeah,
what the fuck? You're from LA. You're always here, But I took that with me, and I'll die on that hill. But now my goal is, because I took it with me, I'm trying to bring it back here. Yeah. So when we announce some shows, it's gonna be pretty fun, man. It's gonna be pretty special.
I'm gonna be tuned in.
As far as king of these beats, yeah, man, I've been hustling beats since I was 15, 16. I paid for my prom selling beats. I paid for my grad night, all that. That was my senior year. I learned how to make money in 11th, 12th grade. But yeah, dude, I was 17 years old and I got to produce for Suicide Boys and Ramirez, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Little kid, you know.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, man, like a little ass kid, not knowing how anything works, publishing works, but I did it, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna give yourself shine, no one else will. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta open the window for the light to come in before anyone else can give you that light.
Yeah.
But pretty much, yeah, man. Thanks for paying attention to my lyrics.
Yeah. I think that's dope because like I knew a little bit about your producing side and stuff.
Appreciate it.
And you know, like being from LA, like, you know, there's a big hip hop scene,
Right.
and a big rock scene.
Mhm.
And I think something that's dope that you did was like with your beats and your music, you kind of meshed them together, bro.
Appreciate it.
You know,
yeah.
and like in LA, if we get those two together, it's like,
Yeah, bro. There's always gonna be a punk scene, a ska scene.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be a metal scene, and there's always gonna be, I'd say, like not necessarily, you know, modern underground, but as far as like, no disrespect, backpack or I guess you could say urban hip hop, boom bap shit.
Mhm.
That stuff's always gonna be around here.
yeah,
So it's like when you could take a little piece from everything and try to put it together, you know, that I think that's what's real underground.
Yeah.
Fuck that, you know. Why put a limit on it?
yeah,
But yeah, man, that was always something I tried to do when I first started making beats too. Way back then on FL Studio in 2015 when they would sound like shit. But blending, I
Yeah.
think that's something that a lot of people should incorporate. Just blending where you're from, not trying to necessarily bite from here and there, but what makes your sound you,
yeah,
you know. And I started blending because, you know, my dad was in a band and then he was a DJ, so I got accustomed to hearing fast music.
Mhm.
So it's like it's so easy to blend. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good, man. So your dad was a DJ.
Yeah, my dad used to DJ way back in the day. Even in when we were little kids, you know, sometimes we didn't have a babysitter, so my dad would take us to these little clubs or little quinceañeras and fucking parties, and me and my brother would be asleep on crates, you know, just hanging out. But I got accustomed to hearing, you know, Two Live Crew, fucking, I'd say Floridian music, maybe not necessarily Southern, but Caribbean style music, Islander music, and how fast it was.
Yeah,
So when I first started making fast music, it just came to me so natural,
yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
Would you say like that's where you got like getting into music was seeing your dad? Like,
Yeah, I've been around music since I was a wee little kid, but pretty much, yeah. I mean, everybody gets everything from their parents, you know, if not an older figure. But yeah, my dad DJing, being in a band, he used to sing, play guitar, all that, and he used to book a lot of famous heavy metal bands before they popped off. Like he did one of there's a really famous thrash metal band from Brazil. I'm sorry, Brazil. They're called Sepultura.
yeah,
He booked them, so that was crazy. You know, it's like wow. Now they're fucking huge, but yeah, that's my roots.
man, that's what's up, bro.
Cheers.
Like going off of that, like your background with music and like how you mesh different styles, like you're versatile not only on your beats, but like when you make the song, you know, like you have songs that are straight boot bap, like I know you have an MF Doomsday song, right? Where it's like straight up boom bap, and then there's those songs where it's like,
Yeah, I always carry my doom.
oh hell yeah, that's right. But you know, being versatile, you got songs where it kind of sounds rock, hip hop, underground. Like, how would you classify your sound and the music you make?
See, that's the thing I've always thought about. When I first started making beats, I started getting recognition. I used to get kind of sad there was no Tacet type beats out there yet. Or, people trying to emulate my sound. When I started seeing that people were emulating my sound, I realized that that's a bad thing. Like, how can I keep being different? Because if these guys are copying my kick patterns, which is pretty obvious, then that takes away some of the value from what's my sound. So to kind of realign on your point, what classifies my sound is just the best way I could put it is where I'm from. I try not to be underground or funk or Memphis. Like, I think that shit's pretty corny, no disrespect. You know, get out how you live. I know a lot of the Europeans, they make a lot of money doing all that stuff from stuff that's from here.
Yeah.
Fuck it, get it how you live, you know. But I'll never try to be, oh, I'm just a southern guy, or oh, I'm just a boom bapper. It's like, you know, like I said, like I come from a metal background, but I'm wearing an MF Doom ring. A lot of the same artists that you hear consecutively that have been out for years, you know, they find a way to reinvent themselves. It's like, you know, one of my, I'd say a big inspiration for me is Denzel Curry.
Okay.
You know, he started making the funk stuff, but now it's like you type in Denzel Curry type beat, you got a whole plate of things, you know, and it's because he's reinventing himself. So, but I mean, keep it short, you know. My mom's friends are like, what kind of music you make, or some old heads. I just say hip hop, you know.
Hip hop. Okay.
Yeah, just to put a lid on it, huh?
Yeah. No, I like that though. How you say like you don't want to be like boxed into a certain genre.
Yeah, I mean, it even goes to doing shows sometimes too. Like you see the same names on the same shows, and it's like, you know, how can we keep doing things different? You know?
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
Absolutely.
You good? All right, man. Another thing I want to ask you, with producing and rapping, like you got a solo side, but then you also have the group Third World Posse.
Third World
with,
Posse, yeah.
Ren the Third. Like, I just want to know how you guys linked up, bro, because I think that's a dope duo.
Appreciate it.
You know?
Yeah, we've been getting that a lot. Like, what are y'all, cousins? And we're like, nah, man. Hell no. We're just from two different worlds, so it's like it's crazy when we hear that. Not necessarily two different worlds, but far apart from one another. We started making. I started seeing him online through Kush Costa would post him, and I was like, "Who's this dude?" And then I heard some of his music, and I started to get. I felt competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, motherfucker. Like, bitch, you got bars, you know?
Yeah.
And then he had dropped a concept EP or an album, and I was like, okay, like, out of everyone that I've been seeing in this scene or mutuals, etc., I dropped a concept album. So I'm like, okay, you're smart. Like, you're onto something ahead of what everyone else is doing. So then I was like, try to follow this guy.
Yeah.
Didn't follow me back, piece of shit. But after a couple times of just kind of word of mouth and then follow and then finally linking up, it was like if I kind of grew up with him. We had, it's kind of crazy how music brings people together. Because before we knew it, it was just like, oh, bro, it feels like I've known this guy since I was a little kid, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, that's my team, that's my family, and it's like, you know, he lives 1,000 miles away, but, you know, it feels like I'll just hang out with him tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Third World Posse, the way I like to picture Third World Posse is where I'm from, where, you know, he's from, the origins we come from are third world countries. It's from the ground up, it's from the dirt. I like to pay homage, and I like to obviously embrace and push out from where I'm from a third world, and it's like that's us. And I think, yeah, of course we are the musicians in the group Third World Posse, but I think everyone's from Third World Posse. If you are down with the movement, you know? But if you're down with what we got going on, that's I've always wanted to make my audience feel like they're a part of something. I don't ever want them to feel like, you know, I remember when I was in high school, early high school, I would listen to some rappers and I would feel like, damn, bro, I can't listen to these guys because they're rapping about fucking money and all these things, and I really, really enjoyed them. And I would stop because I couldn't relate. I'm bro, what the fuck do I know about riding in a Benz? And, you know, I'm fucking 12 or 13. So that's what I try to incorporate with Third World Posse, people that can feel like they're part of something. And thankfully, when we clicked up, he was on the same agenda, so we ran with it.
Yeah, man, that's dope, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I could tell like you guys are close just by being a fan. You know, like I see like you were there for him and his family and stuff, and like you guys are always and you guys are always kicking it. But something that's like got my brain running was you said like competing when you heard that song. Like
oh, dude, it's still like that.
Yeah,
it's still like that. We'll be in the studio making something, and then every now and then he'll be like, well, okay, let me rewrite something, and then he'll record something, and I'll be like, let me tweak on my verse. We just did a record for Kush Costa and his collaborative EP, and it's a song called Wicked. And then he laid his verse down, and I was just like, he's writing on it pretty easy,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck, how can I be different? And then I kind of had to take my shit back because I was like, it's too different. But then it was cool because that's what makes the songs great, is that we're going the extra mile, not only with competing, but having fun with it. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. I don't give a fuck about anybody else that tries to make music like us or whatever. I only want to compete with my friends. Like, even getting down to like monthly listeners and stuff like that. He had surpassed me, and I'm like, wow, like that's incredible. How can I be so envious or jealous of that? Hell no. Champion your friends. If you can't champion your friends, then you can't champion yourself. And you're both climbing the mountain together. So that's I'd say the substantiary basis of our kinship.
Yeah.
Not trying to make it sound fruity. But yeah, man, fucking competing, that it's healthy too. Sometimes I'll write something or I'll sing something and he's like,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, or we joke around, we'll freestyle and we'll go at it, But it's pretty much it, yeah.
Dude, that's what's up, man. That's like the saying, iron sharpens iron.
Oh, yeah, of course, bro. Yeah, that reminds me of some Wu-Tang shit right there.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Like, I know you dropped the album El Cadejo.
Yeah, there was
It's a dope album, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was an experimental album. You could call it a mixtape, you call it an album, but I was kind of going through a growing process, and then I was like, all right, man, I don't want to keep rapping about the same shit. Let me step up the pen game and let me actually talk about the stuff that's been bothering me, and I did that in I want to say like 2 months, right after that LA show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you guys caught us at a bad time. But yeah, dude, right after that I was like, I want to do something different and put it out during Christmas. One of my things, I love putting out music during Christmas time. I've always tried to do that. Like I like to give to the people that didn't get shit, because at one point I was a guy that didn't get shit, and it's like that's what I like to do. But yeah, that's an old folk tale, and my mom used to tell me about dogs.
Yeah.
Everyone knows me as a dog guy. It's cool, man. I love that shit. But yeah, I had gone through a crazy experience. I don't want to talk too much about it, but
yeah, you good.
I was like, holy shit! Like sometimes if you take a step back and you think about the way humans are and the way we tell stories to make ourselves feel good. Sometimes these stories thanks, man. Ren the Third.
Oh, dang.
Man, motherfucker knows we're talking shit. Sometimes these stories they're not necessarily come to life, but they reflect, life imitates art a lot. I had a weird experience, man, and then I just knew that it's El Cadejo, That's part of everything, just aligned. That's the best way I could say it.
Yeah.
But that legend itself, it has a special place in my heart, and then I just again, I made a project directly from the heart. So put them together, and I'm ready the dog guy. So,
Yeah.
you know.
And I'm not gonna lie, like when I listened to album, like, you know, I was on repeat, like
Thank you so
listening
much.
to it, bro, and it was dope. And then like I felt like I could relate to those situations,
Thank
you know,
you. Yeah,
in those
that's
songs, you know,
good.
like I could relate. And then at the end of it, I was like, I'm gonna look up what El Cadejo is.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and I was like, about the dogs.
Right.
And then I seen the black dog on the album. So I was like, okay, I read the mythology. If you guys don't know, go out there, do your research, listen to the album.
Thank you. Vinyl's coming soon.
Oh, I'm going to need one of those. I'm going to need one of those for sure.
Vinyl's coming soon. I'm waiting on my test press, actually.
Okay.
Carry on, please.
Oh, yeah. So I want to ask, man, like, if you dropped a music video recently.
Right, correct.
Right?
Yesterday.
Right? And I was like, wait, this isn't even on the album, the song.
Yeah.
So I was like, is there another album? And is it like going to be kind of like
1,000%.
opposite side of the black dog, the white dog, you know?
Pretty much. So what I was doing at the time, I've been working on an album for over a year now, and it's some of my best work. But, you know, like the old saying, kind of cliche, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
It's like a baby in an incubator, you know. It just keep coming back and tweaking things, taking things out, putting new things in. So I had been working on my album, and then I was gonna drop it in October, and I just felt like, you know, it's just not ready.
Yeah.
Let me do something brand new, because I still want to put out a project. The whole concept of El Cadejo had been sitting with me for I think maybe like 2 years now. It's been in my notes, like I want to do a concept album like this. And you know, I was like, let me take a step back, because you have to have real life experiences. If you're an artist, you need to sometimes separate your art from your actual reality, what you're living, because you need those realistic experiences to reciprocate back into your art. And I was just so invested in the creative stuff, and I was like, you know, everything around me is not necessarily falling apart, falling apart, and how can I take a step back? So I took a step back, and then absorbed everything. And so, like, you ever play Left 4 Dead? You know, like the boomers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the green motherfuckers.
Yeah,
you know, vomit all over. It's how it was. It became therapeutic for me. I was finding these loops, putting drums over them, and just writing. And I had paused my album, and you know, I had dropped a few singles for that first album.
Yeah.
And now that the cycle of El Cadejo is out, now it's kind of time to go back to what I was starting with.
Yeah.
So yeah, No Love, that was a single off my album. I had a couple titles floating around. I would kind of tease them, but I started with an album called Speak No Evil, and the year after that I did Hear No Evil, and everyone's like, well, when are you gonna do See No Evil?
Yeah.
It's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it was gonna be called All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Okay.
And then I was like, it's time to finish, you know. Finish what I started. So yeah, I'm working on my album See No Evil.
Evil.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm going back on. But as of right now, you know, we have all ships, all guns manned at Ren's album, and that itself, I can't wait for people to hear it. We actually have a single coming out from the album on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And it's incredible. I'm still speechless. I don't know what to say about it, other than people are gonna really, really enjoy it. Like,
okay,
I mean that 1,000%.
Valentine's Day. All right. Gotta stay tuned for that. So with that album, like I know you said you're producing it for Ren.
Right, mixing it, mastering it.
Yeah. Is there any features from Tacet on that album as well?
Yeah, of course. So the feature that I'm on is the one that's dropping on Valentine's Day.
Oh, dope.
That's a really, really powerful record. I can't wait for people to hear it. we performed it last week in Arizona, and people were just like,
where can we find this song?
yeah, where can we find this song? But then they're just kind of like, kind of fucking sad. Thanks, man.
Oh, damn.
But every time we play that record for someone, they just have like the same reaction, and it's like, damn, bro, like we have this little ongoing joke. I'm like, what did you do? You know? And that's one of those ones. Like, what the fuck did you do? He has for this album, the way we're kind of treating it is kind of like a Dre and Snoop Dogg type of thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, okay, I'm taking care of all this. Come in, and he'll bring in ideas, or he'll bring in a sample. Try this, try that. But we have a really, really, really big fuck underground, fuck hip hop, but a really, really big feature on there.
Okay.
That's we talk about every day because we're just kind of like, damn, we still can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like this guy that, you know, that's been signed to a legitimate label, that's toured all around the world, that still tours around the world, is on the album. You know, it's like not an underground legend, but a hip hop legend.
Yeah.
You know, to come, and then now I have that production credit. Now he has that, you know, not only credit on the song, but a relationship with him as well, and it's like, wow, like
that's dope, man.
Yeah, man, we're on something right here. It's kind of like it's kind of scary.
Yeah,
because we're kind of like, holy shit, it's, you know, you work hard enough and you say your prayers, you're a good boy or whatever the fuck. Hey, man, anything's possible.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Man, it sounds like you guys got a active year, you know, like there's a lot of things coming.
Yeah, man.
Like,
it's always like that, bro. Like last April, I was getting a little bit tired of touring. Just not because of how I don't like it. I love touring. I'll tour anywhere. But just exhaustion. Flight here 3 times a month. Next month, another 3 or 2, and then again, and then I gotta go back here and there. And then it's like, right when I was like, all right, kick the feet up on the chair.
Yeah.
Boom. You know, here we got more shit coming. So you just, I got used to it, you know. We're not slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I'm going to be tuning in, waiting for all those drops, bro.
Please do, man. They're coming soon. A lot of motherfuckers always say, like, yo, I'm going to drop soon. They never drop, but.
Yeah.
Man, that's how we pay our bills.
Yeah. Man, so I want to ask you, bro, because I noticed in your music, there's a lot of WWE references.
Right.
And, like, I think you have one, like, Survivor Series with Ren. I believe that's WWE as well, right?
Yeah, so Survivor Series is a joint EP that we did. We're both on every song, and I produced all the beats. Aside from all the rap shit and everything, I'm a wrestling fan, bro.
That's
and, and he's a wrestling fan too, and that's how we initially became friends. When we first met, we were just talking about wrestling, and it's like, reflecting back on what I said earlier, you have to incorporate who you are in your art. You can't, if you bite somebody else or you're looking at somebody else and taking what they're putting in your soup, it's not your soup, you know?
Yeah. You
have to put what's you, and bro, you know, wrestling. Since I was a fucking kid, man, I've seen a fight. I've seen I've seen Eddie Guerrero. I've seen Benoit.
Yeah.
You know, you name them, I've seen them. I've been to ECW. I've been to GCW. You know, midget wrestling, I haven't been yet. You know, WWE's in my blood. AEW too. I love AEW. You know, fucking. That's us. You know? And I love that people listen to our songs and they're like, oh shit. I mean, we have that record ECW.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the studio making it. I was like, what do we put a chant in there? Really? Yeah. We recorded it, and that's the opener to when we perform. And people are like, what the fuck? You know, like.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Appreciate it.
Man, with that, like, you know, you make music. Any era, any wrestler, if you had to make their walkout song, or like do it how they do in boxing, walk out with the wrestler, who would it be, and like, how would the track be for them?
That's a crazy question. I mean, look how Cody Rhodes did it with Snoop Dogg. That was kind of that was all right, you know. Oh damn. I don't even. I remember when I went to WrestleMania 21, Motorhead came out and they played for Triple H. That was badass. Bands like Code Orange a few years ago they were playing. For me, who would my style resonate with? That's a great question. Fuck it, if the Hardy Boys come back, man, that'd be some dope ass
that would
shit,
be
man.
dope, right?
Because
there.
Hardy Boys always been with it, with the culture type shit. Other than that, who do I really fuck with that would actually vibe with that shit? Because I love so many wrestlers, but I can't say Sting. Sting's not gonna come out to fucking fucking whatever we got type shit.
I could see the Hardy Brothers,
the Hardy Boys, that'd be dope.
Hardy Boys.
There's a dude in WWE, Braun Breaker, big ass dude. Yeah, him, Damian Priest, those motherfuckers, they seem to type of resonate with my style. But any era, if I had to go back then, what records do I got? Razor Ramon's always been one of my favorite characters, so to say. Old school Undertaker too, American Badass with the bikes.
Yeah.
DX. Nah, that's what I would have done. I would have done a remix of the DX song or some shit.
Yeah.
That would have been dope as hell. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed from your music, bro, is like sometimes you go by like T-Zilla.
T-Zilla, yeah.
Are you a Godzilla fan, bro?
Absolutely. That's something that I've established years ago. Yeah, I always loved Godzilla, man, because when I was a little kid, I used to love dinosaurs and I used to love Godzilla. But as I grew older, motherfuckers are like, oh, you... Sometimes people try to just attach things to themselves because it's cool.
I get you.
The way I attached myself to this character, you think of Godzilla. Godzilla's he was just a fucking lizard. And then he became what the world made him. They kept dropping nukes in the ocean. That's what the original Godzilla's about. Stop nuclear warfare.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was a propaganda for non-nuclear warfare. But they kept dropping nukes in the ocean, and this motherfucker came out pissed as hell because he's in pain and fucking up everything. And when I started to really embrace that character or resonate with myself, I was at the time really reckless. I guess you could even say self-destructing. And I had caused a lot of destruction, as far as I don't want to say hurting people, because that's like, what the fuck, you fucking murderer. But I mean, as far as being inconsiderate and my actions affecting others tremendously because of the person that I was. And then I was like, wow, it's just like the character, Godzilla comes up and fucks up everything because he's mad. Yeah. And people don't know that. He can't talk. He's mad because he's hurting.
Yeah.
And I started to really see that. And then throughout the course of all the films and storylines, Godzilla becomes a good guy. They're like, oh shit, this motherfucker's here kind of saving everybody. And that's how I started to see myself too, evolving. Like, all right, well, if this is who I am, then I'm going to roll with it. I'm make dues with what I got and make the wrongs into rights best I can. But from this forward, this is what I'm going to do. Just like Godzilla, instead of fucking up all the cities and causing pain, I'm the only one that can fuck up the cities. Now I'm going to fuck up everybody that keeps bugging me. So they're throwing new monsters at him and he's just crushing them. So and then at the end of it, he goes and retreats back into the ocean every single time and in peace. Yeah. So I started to gravitate towards that character because it, with my life and everything that was going on, I just reflected with it so much. So T-Zilly,
Yeah, that's dope to hear that little backstory.
Appreciate it.
That makes me want to go watch the Godzilla stuff. I watched the new one, but I was not really into it because I didn't really know too much.
I don't know if you've seen fucking Godzilla -1.
I don't think I have.
It's the brand new one that the original filmmakers Toho they had put out. It's a reboot of the 1951. Mm-hmm. They put it out last year. I'll be honest, sometimes old movies don't resonate with people a lot, especially from this generation. It's not what you grew up with. Me, I grew up with all those old ones on non-cable TV. Me and my brother after school used to watch them all the time. Jet Jaguar, Ultraman, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. So I can always go back and watch those.
Yeah.
But Godzilla -1, you know, with the CGI and the storytelling, definitely recommend it. It's
For sure.
It's just a good film because it tells the story of the human side and the monster and how they correlate.
Yeah.
And then it starts to make you reflect on your own life. And
Yeah.
those are the best stories, you know.
Yeah, most definitely.
So go watch Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
It's great,
Yeah.
man. And watch the fucking new ones too. They're funny.
Yeah. Now when you say that, like, that's how like I am with like anime is like,
Okay.
mine is like Naruto.
Oh shit.
So
All
like there's certain characters, bro, like how you explain Godzilla, like
right.
it reminds me of like one of my favorite characters. His name's Pain.
Uh-huh.
And like the thing is, like, he's like a bad guy and he's like doing all this bad stuff, and everyone's like, oh, he killed one of the best characters in the show. But then at the end he explains, he's like, yeah, I'm called Pain, like I'm gonna give back he's like an anti-hero in a sense.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna bring the pain that you put on me back onto the world.
Wow.
So he's
Yeah.
like, it was like a trip, like as a kid, like, oh, I hated this guy in the first 5 episodes of his arc. At the end, I'm like,
You
that's who I
understand.
want to be. Like,
you
not
understand.
like I want to be like, give the pain back to the world, but like as a kid, I was like, that guy's tight.
Yeah, you start to understand, and as you get older, you're like, wow, like
Yeah.
it's not just like us, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like that with many stuff. Like some people can't, you know, everyone always recommends therapy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some people can't go to therapy. I consider myself one of those people where I'm like, I've tried it, but it's not really for me. My therapy is watching movies.
Yeah.
And indulging in characters and in cartoons. And, you know, I remember being a kid, I was like, I want to be Han Solo.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I fucking love Han Solo. Come on, bro. Those baddest motherfuckers. You know,
Yeah.
ever, like, stuff like that. Animes, too. Like, I remember I was going through an initial D phase.
Okay.
The driving.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, this motherfucker, not Keisuke, Ryosuke Takahashi, just the coolest guy. No one
Yeah.
knows anything about him. He's just a badass. I was like, bro, that's me. I'm not gonna talk. You know? Yeah. So yeah, bro.
Nah, these tight. That's what made me want that old school Corolla.
Yeah.
I wanted one.
86, yeah.
And then H6, and then like I would look more into it. I was like, bro, they make it look so fast in the show. This car is
Piece of shit.
slow.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how it is like that in the show. But yeah.
Yeah.